Playing the wildcard in FPL Gameweek 4 is looking increasingly more attractive. So today I'm going to take the latest form v fixture charts to create the optimal wildcard team. Help me get this one to 500 likes and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's get into it. Starting off with the form charts then, and these are getting increasingly more useful because we've got 3 game weeks of information. And in third place this week, it's Brighton, having secured a draw against Arsenal. Ahead of them though, in second place is Liverpool, who disrupt the top 3 for the first time. But in top spot, it's Manchester City. Now, Manchester City and Liverpool are significantly ahead of the rest in terms of their form. They're a class above. You look at their best performing players in the game and they're a class above as well. So Liverpool and Manchester City players should be the significant target here. We've also seen a rise in the form from Bournemouth and Brentford. So they're a couple of teams to keep an eye on. Looking at the fixture chart this time then, and in third place here, it's Crystal Palace. 3 home games in their next 4, including Leicester and Everton in their schedule. In second place, it's Aston Villa. Again, 3 home games in the next 4. Everton at home, Wolves at home, Ipswich away. Looks like a great run for them. But now taking top spot, a complete switch in their fixtures straight up is Brighton. Ipswich at home, Forest at home, followed by Chelsea away and Spurs at home. Brighton are the key team on the rise here. So if you're looking at your squad and you don't have any Brighton players, they should absolutely be big targets on a wild card. Putting all of that together then, here is the overall chart. And in fact, there's no change in this from last week. It's still Liverpool in third place with the good fixtures. In second place, it's Brighton with the fixtures definitely carrying them. And Manchester City in top spot. Top for form really helps them. These 3 teams are significantly ahead of the rest when it comes to the form v fixtures combined. A little bit of a drop from Arsenal and Spurs. Bournemouth, a team on the rise though, disrupting the pack with Aston Villa. So they're another team to keep an eye on who we ought to be considering when it comes to setting up a wildcard draft. Looking at a wildcard team then, and bearing in mind how good Manchester City and Liverpool are looking right now, it is a Haaland and Salah draft once again. I think you have to have both of those right now. When they've got the form and the fixtures, they become hard to ignore. Starting off with Manchester City, because of course they topped the overall chart. Going with a triple up, one idea I've got in mind is going with Kevin De Bruyne, who I've not seen spoken about a lot, but he's had a great start to the season. And if Savino remains out, he's absolutely dominating on set pieces. But what's most exciting is his shot volume so far this season. He's had 12 shots. He's created 11 key passes. He's probably been a little bit unlucky to only come away with 2 goal involvements so far this season. The returns are coming. I think he could be a great double up because Haaland's becoming a bit of a perma pick and a perma captain pick. Going De Bruyne is a big differential to help you gain ground if City do start to fire. I'm also looking at a punt. Feels like a little bit of a punt on Rico Lewis, but he's just so advanced. He's one of the most attractive defenders in the game right now. He's been unlucky to only come away with 1 assist. He's had 2 big chances on goal. He's one that at 4.6 million, if he can keep his spot, he's going to be a gem this season. And while he is playing in the side, it makes Vardiol less attractive. And you're going to get around a 1.5 million saving going with Lewis. Looking now at the Liverpool contingent, well, I've actually opted in this draft for a double up on the Liverpool defence, who haven't conceded a goal so far this season, and their fullbacks Trent and Robertson. Well, Trent's been one of the most attacking players in the game so far, but Robertson's having an equal share of set pieces on the opposite flank. Liverpool have conceded just 5 big chances on their goal so far this season. With the fixtures that they've got coming up, I think we're going to continue to see this common trend of clean sheets getting locked in. It feels like a bit of a throwback having double Liverpool defence and Salah, but I can see it definitely working over the next few weeks. So that's the core of the team. Haaland up front, Salah and De Bruyne in the midfield, and then a stacked defence of the Liverpool fullbacks and Rico Lewis. Where else are we going? Well, Brighton are a team we need to discuss. Again, João Pedro becoming a very popular pick. Even though there's a lot of competition for places in Brighton's attack, he tends to be the 90-minute man. He moves further forward when Welbeck goes off, and he's got penalties, so I'm happy to go there. And I think a double up with Matoma is also great. It helps you to afford the big premiums elsewhere in the attack and the defence. Matoma's had a great start to the season. Again, feels like maybe the most nailed-on winger in this Brighton side on the left-hand side. Started the season really sharp, so excited to see what he can do. Then there's a couple of differentials in the midfield. Picked out Morgan Rogers to take advantage of Aston Villa's fixtures while Watkins is still struggling for form. Bailey maybe picked up an injury now. Rogers looks like the route in. He keeps his place from the wildcard draft I shared last week. Also gone with Semenyo, whose underlying numbers have been really impressive to start the season in terms of his shot volume. He's had 17 shots on goal, 11 in the box. Got a couple of goals already and an assist. Everything seems to be going through him when it comes to the Bournemouth attack. A player that's perhaps going under the radar, just 5.6 million. Again, a player that I really, really like. And even though Arsenal's fixtures are tough, still doing very well in the overall chart. David Raya does get a space because I think we're still searching for the optimal goalkeeper in the game, and even though Arsenal have got some tricky fixtures over the next two, I can see them continuing to grind out clean sheets. If it hadn't been for the Declan Rice red card in game week 3, then I think we would have been seeing a third Arsenal clean sheet to start the season. Now, when I compare this squad to my own squad, I'm quite a way away, but I do have City defence, I do have Liverpool defence, and I can get Salah in with my 2 free transfers. You can check out my transfer plans video that I posted the other day, and with 2 free transfers I could even take a hit to maybe get a couple of extra players in this side. So I personally don't feel like I need to wildcard just yet. I think I'd rather give it until game week 6 and then at that point jump on the Arsenal and Brentford fixture swings, where the starting 11s will become a little bit more embedded and consistent after the close of the transfer window. This squad does have money in the bank, by the way, to afford some budget players on the bench, but not a great deal. But I've got that triple Liverpool in my own squad. Let me know in the comments what you think to this wildcard squad. Have you hit the button this week? Who are your key targets? And make sure you leave a like on this one. Let's get it to 500 likes and help me over the line to 35,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching.